Hey everybody, what's up? We're here with the Timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Knight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Six of Cups. All right. Knight of Cups is looking like somebody that's coming through, somebody that's reaching out to you. How I'm seeing it is this feels like you doing whatever it is that you have going on, and it feels like as you're doing this, and maybe unexpectedly, because see how your back is turned to this person coming through with the message. I think that you're like over here just concerned with your own business, what you're doing. Somebody is coming through to communicate with you. Because your back is turned to them, I feel like you weren't like waiting on this. I don't think you were expecting this. This feels like there wasn't an anticipation. I'm not seeing this be a huge shock or anything, but it feels more so like you wouldn't have known the difference if this never came in, because it just wasn't something that you were really waiting on. So here I'm seeing something come through to you. It looks like you have your hands full. And having Six of Cups be there can be something that you've been working on for a while. What this can mean too is that there's going to be a familiar feeling with the Six of Cups. This can even be somebody that wants to come through and have some type of exchange with you. This feels more typical of your relationship with them than anything. You know what I'm seeing actually? I almost get this feeling like you've been busy with work and whatnot. When I say work, I just mean the business of your life, the business of living your life. But there may be some more like work rather than play things that you've been having going on. And the way that I'm seeing this is this feels like whatever it is that you're currently doing that you've been working on that feels important to you. I'm almost now seeing Six of Cups as feeling like you're over here at your workstation, and this feels like an emotional exchange or just people that are enjoying connections and whatnot, like more so in the village. But I feel like you have a station where you are, where you're working on stuff, and that you're not doing this, but it feels like you may be aware of people connecting around you, and so it doesn't feel like out of your scope of awareness. And I'm wondering if this message coming through is something that will bring you into that place, because it's almost like, metaphorically speaking, you're over here in your little chamber working on things, and then you have the people that are out, that are more free doing what they're doing, you know, like this feels more leisurely or more sentimental or emotionally based, but you have your stuff over here that you're doing, so you may not be participating in that. It's like, I have work to do right now, like I can't be running around doing this. And I'm wondering if this message coming through is somebody that wants to connect with you, like, hey, take a break, let's hang out. I feel like it's something that wants, it's not just about your time, it's a message that is sort of requesting, potentially, we'll see what else is going on. It feels like something that would request your presence. Because it's not like, I want X amount of time with you and then you're not really fully there. This feels like something coming through where there is a bid to connect with this Knight of Cups. Having Six of Cups, this doesn't feel like a stranger. This feels like somebody that you know. And somebody that may want to connect again with you. Maybe they also want to see more of your soft side even. Or like your emotional side. You get to decide what you want to do with this. I'm seeing it sort of be the ball's in your court. You get to decide whether you want this or not. I am seeing Eight of Cups, and maybe this is something that you feel like you could be trying to figure out whether something is currently, if it will currently resonate with you, or if it just resonated with you in the past and there needs to be an acceptance. I'm not saying there be an indication about like whether it resonates with you currently or not. It feels like that's what's up for question, is asking yourself like whether or not something feels like relevant within your life. I feel like this has to do with your personal life. This doesn't feel to me like it has to do with something so much externally. I feel like this is like your personal life more than anything. So this person that's coming through, that's reaching out to you, they sort of like want to open that door to opportunity with you. It does look like you've had some stuff that you've already, like you currently have stuff going on, is what I'm seeing. But this definitely feels reminiscent or nostalgic for you when it happens. Like sentimental, a sentimental type of feeling, you know? And seeing sort of your energy come out in the way that it does, I get the feeling that this may be something that if it's the real deal, you may want to move in that direction. But if it's something that you feel like doesn't really resonate, you may also want to know that too, rather than hold on to something that's just a fantasy rather than a reality. I think too that you're at a point in your life as well where I'm not saying you want any sort of drama. I'm not saying that this is coming through and creating any sort of drama, but I am seeing something feel important to you about making sure that you're sort of keeping things as level as possible. And so you may not want something that's going to be disruptive within your life. It feels like you've made a lot of moves so that things can feel calm for you. I don't know if that's just like in a social sense or it has to do with like your personal self-care and what you're exposing yourself to or protecting yourself from. Because this person is coming through to you, it's sort of on your terms what you want to do with this. And you figure out whether or not this is something that you want. Because I am seeing that when it comes to the stuff that you have going on within your life, I'm seeing a lot of action that's been taken that feels like it's aligned with really like what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build within your life, reaching goals and whatnot. And maybe the question ultimately is like whether this is going to aid what you have going on within your life, or it's going to take away from that. Like, is this something that this feels almost like maybe starting something up? I don't get the feeling that this is like one of your regular friends necessarily coming through and just asking to hang out. This feels like maybe somebody that isn't in your life all the time, although it doesn't look like a stranger to me, but it does seem like somebody that you at least like know about this person, or you know of this person, you have history with them, something along the lines of that, and trying to figure out whether or not something really belongs together. It's like if these pieces, if like you and maybe what this person wants, if those things are compatible with one another. Some of you too, I wonder if something had happened. There could have been something that went down between you and this person that's still being held on to. What this can also indicate is like having a hard time sort of like mentally adjusting and also breaking routine at times. That being part of things too. And some of you as well, like you could be the ones that you're thinking about reaching out to somebody, and you could either be waiting on their decision, or you could be figuring out if you want to reach out to them or not. And you could also be figuring out what you want to say, or like, is this a good idea? Because it does look like you have things going on within your life that you've been working really hard towards, and you can really be looking into this and feeling into this and asking yourself from a realistic standpoint, not just a nostalgic standpoint, not just a this was really nice 4 years ago, but more so from the standpoint of whatever it would be, does that really fit in line with what I have going on? Is it something that I feel like I'll be happy to incorporate within my life, or is this something that I'm looking at and I'm being a bit unrealistic here emotionally about this? And asking yourself, like, is this something that you really want to incorporate? Because what it looks like is that I'm seeing a lot of big things that you're working on currently, and it feels like not wanting something to be a nuisance, for lack of a better word, emotionally speaking. So yeah, this feels like an evaluation that's happening about whether something is currently sort of what you want it to be or what you need it to be, or is it currently compatible versus was it compatible with you in the past but less so now, and that being determined. And again, this feels like something going on within your personal life, meaning like your personal relationships most likely, and what's sort of fitting into the scheme of things in that way. What's going to help you figure this out? Because we're ending with the Two of Swords, which feels like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I message them? Do I not message them? Do I answer them? Do I not answer them? Is this a good idea? What is the advice? Some of you too, this is something that could have been like great in the past, but maybe questioning what that is for you now. Okay. Two of Swords can indicate that something isn't being seen clearly yet. Like there's a lack of clarity, there's a lack of decisiveness currently. But I also see Two of Swords as something isn't clearly being seen. It's not just like, I really don't know what to pick and there's no right way to do this, or both of these options are totally even to me. Two of Swords gives the feeling of there actually being a better option, but just not being at that point where you're seeing that clearly yet. So there is like a one right way to move through this, or a clear way of seeing this, and you may not have arrived at that conclusion yet. So what's going to help you figure this out? I'm seeing 5 of Cups, which is about needing to come to terms with everything that's happened, meaning acceptance. Ultimately, there are lots of steps that need to happen before you get to that point. But ultimately, accepting whatever this is that has gone down is going to help you get into a place where you're not stuck in the past anymore, and you can see things clearly presently. And then that's going to be helping you to really tune into how you're feeling and what your intuition is telling you, which feels like it's going to very much give you the answer here. Because there can be some stuff that you haven't had a breakthrough yet with emotionally, something that you still haven't moved through. And it feels like holding on to that may be keeping you from seeing how things really are. And so that's what's going to help. So anything that's I wish this would have happened, but that happened instead. Any of that type of stuff needs to be worked through, and then you'll be able to see things clearly and know, I think pretty obviously, how to move forward with this. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.